pieces, but also just some kind of like biomechanical movement stuff to help with mobility, really, but also to make connection with your body in a way that is slightly different to how you would in a classic yoga class, I guess. Just because sometimes we need to find different ways to get into our bodies so that we can be much more present with ourselves. And for some people, sensation really works, but it doesn't work for other people. Yeah. So it might be that your body position needs to be slightly different. And so that you can be aware that your body's in a slightly different position. Yeah. So this is when we change things up, we might have different results. So I'm just saying that, just kind of like giving you a little bit of a friendly warning there, really. I think when I look back and I think back to when I first practiced yoga, very different to what I do now. But I think I was quite judgmental about the practice. You know, I'd literally walk away and yeah, be judging it like, oh, that was awful, or oh, that was too tough, or whatever. But the thing is, it was more about me, not the teacher, because I had the opportunity to change things. It wasn't as encouraged as much then as it is now for you to make your own personal adaptations. It was a slightly different world then. But also, I think that there's a missing link in many yoga classes where they don't necessarily explain or at least just make you aware that you might have certain outcomes from doing certain things, and that's because you've got things going on in your lives, and I don't know what those are. Yeah. And this is why I'm always giving you options to change and adapt and knock it off if you don't want to do it, just so that you can be much more in control, so that you have full agency of your practice. And also for you to become a bit more aware of what feelings do get generated from doing certain poses. Yeah. And I know that there's kind of like a saying, if you like, in yoga that goes around, and I don't agree with this, that's like the pose that you like the least is the one that you need to do the most. I just don't agree with that. You know, there might be some really good reasons why. There's you know, a feeling in your body that you don't like a pose. It might be anatomically not great for your body. You might have an injury. I mean, let's just be brutal about this, yeah? I mean, if you've got an injury, say a hamstring injury, and we do lots of forward folds, that's not going to work. Yeah, so we need to really consider some of these things. So today we are definitely kind of stretching down the sides of our body and doing some cross body movements as well. And so we're doing this in different ways: soft ways, standing ways, sitting ways, relaxing ways. You can see now why we're doing that, having said what I've just said, so that you can experience, oh, actually, my body likes it when it's standing and doing that. Or I really can't do it standing, but I can do it seated. And I got a lot out of it seated. I got nothing out of it from standing except worry and fear. Yeah. These are the things behind your poses that you really want to get into in the practice. And then it becomes therapeutic, which is what I do. Yeah. So that you can really use the practice to support your life. Otherwise, it's exercise. Nothing wrong if that's what you want to do, but you know, there's a lot more here for you, basically.